Hello there everyone, this is Phantom Duels here, and today I'm going to be doing what if Naruto Name Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze was betrayed, no, was neglected and was the reincarnation of Zoro. But the title's gonna be what if Naruto was the reincarnation of Zoro. Zoro the bounty hunter, or the right hand man of the Pirate King, Monkey D. Luffy. Yes, Luffy, the Pirate King. So Sora's gonna be reincarnated after all the arcs and things happen in the One Piece series. This is gonna be this Sora reincarnation is gonna be the number one swordsman already. So he's gonna die of old age, and Naruto's gonna have black hair instead of green hair, but his eyes are gonna be green, except green just like Zoro. So yeah, that's all I have to say. If I would have been Deku, it would have been easier, but someone said Naruto. And I'm gonna say this. It was Assassin Night. One of the commenters on my part three of what if Naruto was his breaking point. If you guys go to the comments, you'll find him there. So yeah, basically, he commented on on wanting to see this what if. So I think I might be the first person to do what if Naruto was a reincarnation of Zoro. But if I am, cool. If I'm not, then people can tell me in the comments. I didn't steal any ideas from anyone. So we're going to start at where Naruto was 4 years old. He was born as a cursed child. His parents have died when he was born. He has been hated by the villagers and his siblings, which are which are Memma Mito, Memma Mito, who hate him for who hate him. Even though his brother Memma and Mito have 20, his siblings Memma and Mito, which is one boy, one girl, to have 25% of the chakra of the Nine Tails. They still blame him for what happened to for their parents, even though he has 100% of the soul. The Nine Tail hasn't taken over his body, and he has 50% of the chakra. They think he will kill them all. They think he will kill them all if they don't do something when he is weaker, as we see a 4-year-old Naruto, who was walking to his house. He had a scar on his right eye, where Zoro has this scar as well. Naruto wasn't crying from the pain in his eye. As it was healing, Naruto's eye was damaged, so the Nine Tails Naruto's actual eye was damaged. So the Nine Tails gave him a different eye. So this is gonna be the same thing as Mihawk's eye, just there's gonna be 10 times better. So how you guys seen that Mihawk's eye lets him use his observation much better. So basically the Nine Tails eye is 20 times better than Mihawk's eyes. Yeah, because if I put the observation with the Nine Tails eye, is better than Mihawk's. He kept Naruto kept his eye closed just until it healed. Then he grabbed bandages and wrapped it around his eye and his hair, making it look like a Kashi but without the mask. And basically, I'm gonna explain a few things. If you're wondering how is he able to walk, we have seen in the One Piece series where Zoro has endured a lot of blows and was still able to stand. So Zoro is actually a interesting One Piece character. Naruto was 8 years old. He decided to go train on his body and abilities. As Naruto walked to his training ground, where no one could find him, at the Forest of Death. Not the Forest of Death, a random training ground. Naruto decided to go train on his body, and Naruto saw a 30 feet rock that was 100 times heavier than an ordinary person, like 100 times heavier than than to let's say Naruto had enough strength to lift it up a bit, so he was able to. So basically, wrapped around a rope around it and started walking with it, working on his strength. As Naruto has been doing this for at least 2 hours, which basically shows that Naruto is getting the strength of Zoro. And yeah, Zoro and Naruto's mindscape is getting to know what is getting to know the Nine Tails. learning what chakra is and what thing and what's happening. He has Luffy's conquer, Luffy's hockey that can go with his hands, including his swords, and the swords that I'm gonna be giving Luffy will be the same as Zoro's swords, but he's mostly gonna be using the one sword style because no one's really worthy of using the three sword style on them. If he did, basically they'll die. As Naruto was trying to master his body strength, as he was able to lift the rock now, as he put it on his back, he started doing one-handed push-ups over and over again for 2 hours until he was strong enough to do it on his legs. He then decided to do the same thing Zoro did once in the series. He put on the legs, he threw the Naruto threw the rock up and put it on his legs. He was doing push up with his hands. It was a handstand. He was doing it with his legs, one handstand push ups as he was doing it like that. Then we go to where Naruto has been doing this a lot of for at least all the way to 10 of the night. Naruto forgot to bring water and things to keep him in short version, keep him busy until he was strong enough. But he didn't. So this is the point where we see Naruto be Naruto is going to be going Naruto is going to a coma. As when Naruto hit the coma, he fell into the ground, losing air as he was still breathing. As we see Kakashi, that's the copy ninja, looking for Naruto. As he found Naruto in the middle of the forest of in the forest of death in Konoha. As he grabbed Naruto and brought him to the hospital. As Tsunade saw Naruto like this and she started to heal him. Tsunade explained that Naruto will be in a coma for 5 years. So we don't have an exact amount, but we can tell you 5 years. Naruto has been training Naruto trained way too much, so he went into a coma. Then we see Naruto walking in the sewer. He was like, this mindscape of mine was dumb. But Naruto, for his young age, has a lot of knowledge for a person who gets beaten up all the time by villagers. As Naruto has been studying as well. He has studied a lot of things about the mind, the body, and everything, and even chakra. So his chakra control is at least in getting levels of his school supposed to be. Naruto's chakra is really strong. So basically, he knows. So yeah, Naruto is at least getting level on his chakra control, so he's able to do shadow clone very well. When Naruto was walking on his mindscape, he decided to change it. He snapped and made it into a pirate ship that he remembered. But he just put in an island. He kind of had Zoro's memories of the islands of the giant. So he went to that, so he made a mindscape like that. As a cage, a giant fox with a seal on his neck that stands for with the kanji for seal on his neck. Kurama said, "Well, kid, next time warn me." As Kurama saw Naruto was looking at him without fear, because remember, this is Zoro's reincarnation, so he isn't going to take a no for an answer. As Naruto trained on him, was looking at Kurama and said, "Hey, you, fox, who are you?" As Kurama said, I am the mighty nine-tailed beast, one of the most powerful bijus up out there. Naruto said, okay, so what am I supposed to be doing here? As Kurama said, you're in a coma, and they said it's gonna be for 5 years. As Naruto asked, so 5 year coma, and I'm stuck here, right? Kurama said, Grandma said, yup, and I'll be training you as a favor for taking all the pain that I have made you go through. As Naruto was like, so it was you who made me go through all this pain, right? Then Kurama nodded and feeling sad. So yeah, I don't know a ship for this, so don't blame me for not picking a ship. So if anyone has a ship out there, type it in the comments. I really don't mind. The ship it can be from One Piece or Naruto. I could just make the one of the One Piece characters being reincarnated into this world. Naruto was listening to Kurama. Kurama explained who controlled him, why did he kill his parents, and what is he gonna be doing to Naruto. As Kurama explained to Naruto that he'll be training him all the way until he is 13. As Naruto nodded at this and said, "Yes, yes, yeah, yes, sir," or "Yes, sensei." As Kurama nodded at this and said, "Now train on your chakra control, but I'll be teaching you the Shadow Clone Jutsu." As Naruto said, "Why the Shadow Clone Jutsu?" Then Kurama said, because then you'll be able to master your abilities faster. As Naruto looked at him with a weird look and said, as Naruto just said, okay. Kurama did the hand signs of the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and Naruto did copy it and listen and did it. Naruto was shocked to see that at least 10 of them came out. Kurama said, separate five to do chakra control and separate the other five to do taijutsu with each other. As Naruto did what Kurama did, and Naruto has been practicing with taijutsu, and the other five have been doing, mm, has been practicing the chakra control. They were, we skipped 1 year. Naruto has been training with shadow clones every day. He has been doing more and more every day of shadow clones. He has at least 50, 30 shadow clones, 20 doing chakra control and 10 doing ninjutsu and 10 doing seonjutsu. His taijutsu he mastered in over a year already. He has the strength of Zoro the and the taijutsu of a Jonin. And his chakra control is at least almost elite Jonin or special Jonin. But he has it right now mid Jonin as his the 20 clones that I'm mastering chakra control are trying to master all the way to elite Jonin. So we continue as Naruto Kenjutsu is gonna be based on Zoro. Zoro will train him on hockey, sword styles, and sword and Kenjutsu. His ninjutsu, he decided to tell 10 of his clones from the other 20 to master ninjutsu. As they've been trying to do different type of different type of jutsus. As Naruto saw that he has fire, wind, and lightning. That's what I think are the most useful right now. I'm not giving any more than that. Naruto was like, good, now train on this. As Kurama did teach the Shadow Clone that were doing ninjutsu all the knowledge that he has on based on those three elements, as they were doing it all day, all night for at least 1 more year. As Naruto was 9 now, he has at least 4 more years left. As Naruto deactivate all the Shadow Clones and gain all their power. As Naruto was going older and older by year. Then Kurama said, well, now your chakra control is Jonin. That'll be good enough for you to use my chakra to heal if you want. As Naruto looked at Kurama and said, thank you. As Kurama nodded and said, you're welcome, kid. Then Naruto was like, once I master more power, I'll break that seal of yours off. Kurama nodded. Then someone came in holding a sword at his shoulder and said, so you're my reincarnation. As Kurama says, so you're finally here, Zoro. Kurama know this is Zoro because they were been talking while Naruto wasn't being in the Mind's Cave. They've been getting to know each other, so that's why Kurama knows Zoro. Zoro says, yes, I'm here, Kurama. So now, I'll be training you, kid. You'll be training under me on your hockey sword styles and sword mastership or kenjutsu, like you say it in this universe. As Naruto will say, "What do you mean, mastery of sword?" As Kurama said. As Kurama explained, this guy's your reincarnation. You are going to become a powerful sword user with those abilities that he has. As Naruto understood what Kurama said and started to train under Zoro. As Zoro explained what hockey is, his sword styles, and everything. Then we go to where Zoro explained to take off the bandages and look at his eye. As Naruto did what Zoro said, and he saw that he had it a different eye. He had it a red slit like eye. And Kurama explained that this eye will give you more vision than the Byakugan and the Sharingan combined. As Kurama, Naruto smiled at Kurama and said thank you. And then Sora explained if you combine observation with that eye, you'll be able to look at anything from anywhere and you'll be dodging much faster. And Naruto understood. Then we skip to where Naruto is. Then we skip 3 years. Naruto is 12 right now. He has been mastering his swordsmanship with Zoro. He has made at least 150 clones. So he made 3 groups. He made at least, not 150, he made 40 train on ninjutsu, 10 train on taijutsu. Shoot, I can't really separate them all. As let's just say that there was only 5 groups training on different one, one sealing jutsu, one strength, one Zoro swordsmanship, one hockey, and one ninjutsu. But the original Naruto was training on Conqueror. He has mastered Conqueror as we skip to the last year. Naruto is 13 years old. His hair is the same way as the guy that you see on the thumbnail. His eyes have gone fully green, and Naruto has learned has mastered Zoro's swordsmanship. Then Zoro explained that these swords that he has on his waist will be brought to him and will be given to him when he wakes up. As Naruto asked, but how? Aren't your swords only be able to see and hear? As Zoro explained, no. These swords will be given to you by the person who brought me here. As Kurama explained, the sage's path will bring you the swords. And Naruto nodded at this and Naruto just grabbed one of his soul sword to pass him a sword and engulfed it with haki, making his hand go black. As Naruto said, "Well, let's hope in my hand doesn't." No, he didn't use the sword. He put engulfed his hand in haki, and then he did the same thing like Luffy did. He engulfed it with then a red aura, which I can't say if it was Ryu, yeah Ryu. As he then punched the cage because basically chakra sealing is not stronger than hockey. Sealing is not like the cage that Kurama was in is not stronger than hockey. If any of you guys think it is, comment down below and I'll listen to it because I might be wrong saying that hockey is stronger than chakra because the sealing is based on chakra. But Naruto didn't use chakra. He used a higher amount of power that is more higher than chakra itself. As Naruto punched the cage, breaking it apart and not letting Minato come. As Naruto then ripped the seal off Kurama's neck and not punch the cage, ripped the seal off Kurama's neck. And we see Minato. Let's just say this Minato will come. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. As Minato came and looked at Naruto and Kurama and said, "So you let out the Nine Tails and he's gonna control you." Naruto was laughing and said, "He control me. My mind is much stronger than any person in this world." As Minato said, "But still, he'll control you." As Naruto said, "In my control, he fixed my eye when your villagers have slit it off. He replaced it with another eye to make me be able to see again. And you're calling him that he's not able to control me for real? Wow, I call you such a father." As as Minato said, "I'm sorry, Naruto, that I wasn't there for you, but please don't be harsh on your brothers. I am brother and sister." As Naruto said, "I won't. I just won't care if anything they do, I'll just protect them. But if anything happens to them, it's their choice of what they do, not my problem." As he has the attitude of Zoro, so basically Zoro's a helping type of people, but Naruto combining Naruto's attitude and Zoro and the offshore reincarnation. Naruto's still nice. I'm not planning on making him evil because we've seen that Zoro isn't evil. He was only a bounty hunter to master his sword styles or his sword skills. Because Zoro was never a bounty hunter because of wanting to be a bad person. He was only a bounty hunter to master his sword skills, to become the greatest swordsman in the world. As we continue to work, Naruto has explained his life to Minato, why and everything happened to him, of why people have been doing this to him, why. Why did he just tell his siblings to not do this to him? As Minato was feeling sad for Naruto and told Naruto, how about I use my last few hours with you and train you on my technique? The Rasengan of Flying Rising, as Naruto was stopped crying and said, okay, Naruto spent at least 5 more months in the 13 years of his life of being in a coma. As Naruto was still 13 years old, he had mastered the Rasengan and the Flying Thunder God, as he was able to teleport wherever he wants. Hockey, flying Raijin with the three sword styles. I think that's cool because you literally throw a flying Raijin kunai and then slash their head off. Throw another flying Raijin kunai, teleport behind and slash their head off. That is the coolest thing I can call cool. As Naruto has I'm gonna say something weird because with the strength that Zoro had, combining it with Naruto's training, I could say that he can unlock KCM1. Wait, what's that name of this person who's like short? Sorry guys, I'm gonna pause real quick. If you guys heard that, I'm really sorry. I was just talking to someone about Jumanji. I don't know why. So we continue. Naruto has mastered the flying Raijin, and I was saying KCM with the strength that Naruto has and the power that he has as well. Why not give him KCM? I know he's a bit too young. He's broken at a young age. Listen to me. We're talking about Zoro. We know the strength that Zoro has. By the time Naruto's 17, because he's 13, and when we do the time skip, the 3 year time skip, by the time that comes, he's gonna be 15, so he's gonna be 18 by the time the 3 year time skip comes. So he's gonna be able to unlock KCM2 with Sage mode because I'm not letting him do a 3 year time skip without giving him a Sage mode. But there's a problem. I could do Kurama to give him the seal that is called the Sage mode of the summoning contract of the foxes. You'll see what I mean when Kurama explains that in the 3 year time skip. He'll unlock KCM2 with the Sage mode. You'll see. As Naruto has learned KCM, Kurama said to use this only when he needs to. Naruto nodded at this. Naruto is taller than Sasuke. Taller than Sasuke. He's no short. Then we see Naruto's eyes opening up. He wakes up to see three different swords. So basically, the swords that he see right now are these three. One, two, three. The one that's Zoro had in his hand, the other one over here, and the other one over here. He sees these three swords. As he grabs them three and puts them on the same way Zoro puts them, and then walks off of the hospital with he has a white shirt on and only black pants, and he has a black ambu pants with uh with the same white shirt that he used to wear when he was 4 before he found the orange jumpsuit. I'm not letting him wear that. Not in my eye. Not if I'm here and not if Zoro's here. I'm not letting him wear that. Sora's a swordsman. He's not meant to be wearing orange things. As Naruto has mastered all the sword style, but he basically used one Zoro's first sword style, the one-handed sword style, and then he has dual sword style, and then we have three sword style. But he doesn't. He only uses three sword style when he thinks you're worthy of using it. When he thinks you're worthy of killing you with it. If you're not worthy of killing you with three sword style, don't even think about telling him to use the 3-1. But the one thing he knows how to do, he knows how to use that technique that Zoro did on the One Piece where the Kaido arc, yeah, Kaido arc, where Zoro didn't have one of his swords and he used a scythe, and then a power wave of of purple power came out of his swords when he slashed. That's gonna be the same thing he's gonna be using on the tuning exams. You're gonna see what happens. He's not gonna be a Junin. He's gonna go straight at Jonin when they see all the power this kid has. As Naruto got out of the hospital wearing the same shirt that he has, but instead he added the symbol of Usamaki on his back with fingerless gloves. He has fingerless gloves and a shirt that has the Usamaki symbol on his back and the three swords on his waist. As he was walking towards his house, everyone could see him carrying swords. Then Naruto decided to go visit Hiruzen. Hiruzen was just doing his work as the Hokage since Minato has died, and they still haven't found who the next Hokage should be. Hiruzen suddenly felt someone coming as he went to his orb and saw Naruto coming towards his house with a different look. Naruto came into the door and said, "Hey there, old man." Uh, Hiruzen started to cry and said, "Naruto, my boy, what happened to you? You finally woke up after 8. He was 8 when he went to sleep after 5 years of being in a coma." Uh, Naruto laughed and said, "Sorry, old man. I was training on my head." As not as Hiruzen said, "But what do you mean training?" Then Naruto speaked in his mindscape and said, "Kurama, can I bring him to my mindscape?" As Kurama said, "Sure, kid." Then Naruto told Hiruzen to hold onto his shoulder and to link his chakra with his. As Hiruzen did what Naruto said, and they appeared inside of the mindscape. They saw the nine-tailed fox looking at Hiruzen with a green-haired man laying down against the wall of the laying down against a mountain. As Hiruzen said, "But what are we doing in an island?" As Naruto said, "Oh yeah, my mindscape is basically a island now. I switched to it because there's more space to train and everything." As as Kurama explained everything that while Naruto was doing, his powers basically cage level. If you combine all of them into one, his powers cage level. As Hiruzen was shocked to see that a 13-year-old power can be that high. As Kurama told Naruto to show him the KCM mode. As Naruto did what he said, and his sword started to glow orange and black, while Naruto's body went orange and black as well. As Hiruzen was like, "Incredible, Naruto! You managed to master it." As Hiruzen looked at Naruto and said, "So you know who your parents are? Oh, you know that." As Naruto said, "Yes, I do, Hiruzen." As Hiruzen was like, "No more Gramps?" As Naruto said, "Sorry, Gramps." Hiruzen was smiling and said, "Thank you." Then Kurama explained that Naruto will be a strong shinobi once he's more older. As Hiruzen said, "I know he will be." Then Naruto and Hiruzen got out of the mindscape. As Hiruzen said, "Well, Naruto, you'll be going to pick your teams tomorrow. So here's your headband." As Hiruzen gave Naruto a black headband, as he put it on, putting it the same way Kakashi does, covering his eye that had the demon eye on it. As he went on and told Hiruzen, "See ya, Hiruzen." As when Hiruzen looked at Naruto, he saw he saw an image. He saw an image of Kakashi inside of him. As he was like, "Don't tell me we have. Don't tell me those villagers have created another Kakashi." As Hiruzen in his head was laughing. He was like, "Those villagers will those villagers will sooner or later regret for killing this kid, for destroying this kid eyes." Hiruzen went back to doing his Hokage work. Then Naruto was like, "Hey Gramps, wanna know a trick to finishing your work faster?" As Hiruzen was like, "What do you mean finishing my work fast?" Hiruzen got up and hit himself on the head and was like, "Why didn't I think about that? Now I see why Minato was never late to be with his family, as Hiruzen did 20 shadow clones and started to do their work as Hiruzen left home. He was like, "Ah, finally some freedom." Naruto was just laughing with everyone, with Zoro and Kurama laughing as well. Then we skip to the next day. We see where they're choosing the teams. Hiruzen, Sarutobi came with Naruto as everyone saw a black-haired kid covering one of his eyes with his headband, and Naruto just say, "Yo, I'm Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze." Hiruzen explained, "Yes, this is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, the kid that has been in a coma for 5 years. So he finally has woken up. So Iruka, I hope you can put him in a team. We still don't know his skills, so we still don't know if his skills are fresh enough. But I'll have his team captain check on his skills as Iruka, yes, said, okay, Lord Hokage. Then we continue. As Hiruzen left, Naruto went to the back of the back of the class, and and looked at the window like Sasuke does. But Uchiha Massacre never happened because the son of the Hokage, San Hiruzen, wasn't gonna let a rival of the son of the third Hokage, of the fourth Hokage, die, live without family. And yeah, because of me not wanting the Uchiha Massacre to happen, because I'm sure that having a cocky Sasuke against Zoro would be a good fight. And besides, I'm not making him go rogue because I'm gonna say one of the Uchihas know the snake summoning and everything Sasuke will learn from Orochimaru. So yeah, as Iruka started out with teams, he said, we'll skip all the teams that normally, but we go to Team 7. T7, Naruto. As Naruto was looking at the window. Sasuke Uchiha. Sasuke was looking talking with Memma. Memma Nazumikase Usamaki with them smiling at each other. Mito and should I actually do this and put Sakura on his team? Yeah, Sakura. This is gonna be interesting. Sakura was happy in her head, but no one could actually feel her emotions but Naruto. But Naruto in his head was really not wanting her to be in his team. So we continue to, you know what? This is going to be the end of Naruto. What if Naruto was the reincarnation of Zoro neglected? So thank you guys for watching, and really goodbye.